40 simple self-care tips you need to know. Self-care are practices that you find enjoyable that also promote your physical, emotional, spiritual, or mental health. According to the definition from the World Health Organization, self-care is the behaviors you do to take care of your own health, and it can include hygiene, nutrition, leisure activities, sports, exercise, seeking professional healthcare services when needed, and much more. There are infinite ways you can practice self-care. Here are dozens of ideas to get you started. 1. Prioritize sleep. Getting enough good quality sleep keeps your immune system running at its best to fight off infections. Scientists know sleep is also one of the top ways we can help keep stress in check, as sleep deprivation can make us more sensitive to the effects of stress, ramping up our reactions or overreactions. Finally, the brain needs sleep to function. Without it, you'll be less patient and focused, make poor decisions, and be more moody, irritable, and emotional. 2. Know your personal signs of stress. Sometimes self-care is about knowing when you're getting overloaded or overwhelmed and responding with micro habits that prevent all-out burnout. For example, are you starting to withdraw from friends? Are you sitting in traffic swearing? Getting more headaches or stomachaches lately? It's about building up awareness and having the self-knowledge to check in and adjust. 3. Work it out. Spending a lot more time at home does not mean you get to be a couch potato. Staying active keeps your body healthy physically, keeping your risk of chronic health issues down and lowering your chances of acute illnesses. It also boosts your sense of well-being. Exercise releases endorphins, hormones that make you feel good, sharpens focus, and aids sleep. Staying physically active also lessens the risk of mood disorders, increases energy, and improves mood overall. 4. Start a yoga practice. Are you a yogi or have you considered starting a yoga practice? Now is the time. Yoga offers a laundry list of health benefits, from busting stress to stretching out inactive muscles to building strength to providing a burst of physical activity, depending on the type you do. Why might yoga be an especially useful tool to add to your coping arsenal right now? It links movement with breath. Because both of these factors can affect the body's stress reactions, yoga can be a silver bullet in tough times. 5. Skip, jump, hop, and get silly. Basically, if it makes you feel like a kid and a little silly, it can be a mood booster. Play in any form can cause a cascade of positive neurochemicals, such as serotonin, oxytocin, and dopamine. Even just a minute of childlike activity can cause a good chemical surge, especially if you're feeling stressed. 6. Take a forest bath. The Japanese practice of Shinrin-yoku, or forest bathing, simply means walking in an area with trees and deeply inhaling the air. Trees release certain chemicals, like terpenes, that have been associated with the activation of the parasympathetic nervous system, which sends your body into chill out, the stress mode. The practice is so powerful that forest bathing has been shown to decrease measures of depression. 7. Play a game. Monopoly is an anti-stress strategy. A survey by game developer Real Networks found that 64% of respondents cited game playing as a way to relax, while 53% played for stress relief. Although part of the appeal is playing with friends and family in person, there are also tons of virtual options. 8. Avoid mindless snacking. Eat intuitively instead. Are you now spending your days within eyeshot or arm's reach of your snack drawer? Rather than self-impose strict rules on what foods are off limits, try intuitive eating. It's not a diet so much as a way of eating that's all about giving your body what it needs when it needs it. Intuitive eating doesn't restrict any specific foods or have you counting calories. It's a practice in which you listen to your body and pay attention to what you need at the moment. Is it time for a meal or a snack? You eat when you feel hungry, and you stop eating when you feel full. 9. Reach for high-protein snacks when you need an energy boost. What should you be nourishing on when you feel hungry? Keep high-protein bites on hand to help you get to the end of your to-do list for the day. You've heard it before. Protein helps you feel full longer and avoid the energy crash you might experience after the high of a carb-heavy snack subsides. Think hard-boiled eggs, nuts, Greek yogurt, and nut butter and veggies. 10. Keep stress-busting foods on hand. Certain foods can actually have a stress-lowering effect. Warm foods like soup or tea are soothing, and the omega-3s in fatty fish may improve mood. Avocados are packed with vitamins C and B6, which are known to help reduce stress. Dark chocolate is antioxidant rich, which is great for thwarting stress. Do savor in moderation, however, as it's a calorie-dense food. Other foods that can help include whole grain carbohydrates, bananas, oranges, water, and leafy greens. 11. Leave stress-inducing foods in not-so-convenient places. Though you may be inclined to indulge in treats or your favorite cocktail, know that this may be counterproductive. Foods that exacerbate or mess with stress in a less than savory way include caffeine, alcohol, and refined sugars. You don't have to cut them out completely, but do limit your intake and enjoy them in moderation. 12. Add more fruits and veggies to your day. Incorporating more fresh fruits and vegetables into your daily diet is a long-term strategy that supports your mental health. A produce-packed diet supplies antioxidants that guard against oxidative stress and prevent our gut bacteria from becoming unhealthy, both of which have been linked to conditions like depression. 13. Cook yourself a nourishing meal. We need food to survive, and taking time to prepare a meal that satisfies your taste buds and is good for you is definitely one way to practice self-care. Past research has found that cooking can be therapeutic, meeting some of our fundamental needs, like giving us a sense of agency, belongingness, and connectedness, and it allows us to express our creativity. Choose a comforting recipe, whether it's a chicken noodle soup that your mom used to make or a healthier take on mac and cheese that tastes just as good as the original version. And give yourself the time in the kitchen you need, so it doesn't turn into a chore or feel like a slog. Savor the experience, and then savor the food you made. 14. Practice kindness and gratitude. Clinical studies have found that people who regularly practice gratitude journaling, writing down what they're grateful for, report better well-being, physical health, and increased optimism about the future. Practicing kindness is sometimes easier said than done, particularly when we're in tight quarters and tension is high. But remember that everyone is going through a tough time right now. 15. Develop a don't-do list. Self-care doesn't have to be an action item. It can be about freeing up space for the things that matter in your life and removing those that steal your energy. After an especially draining day, take a few minutes to reflect. What dragged you down? How can you do less of that? Go ahead and physically write down a don't-do list, something that can serve as a reminder that holds you accountable. 16. Practice positive self-talk. A major aspect of self-care is the self part, and that includes how you view yourself and, importantly, the language you use when talking to yourself. Appreciate the small tasks you do during the day and remember to tell yourself, good job, whether it's a work task, making time for, or keeping your patience when disciplining your child. Celebrate your daily successes with positive self-talk. It might feel weird at first, but your brain will soak up that self-care goodness, and research suggests it can help begin to turn your thoughts and feelings in a happier direction. 17. Automate your joy. If you're caring for loved ones all the time, it can be tough to put that attention on yourself with self-care. One way to get around that resistance is to automate as much of the legwork as you can. 18. Change your passwords to be your mantra. This one is good for your mental health and your digital security. For a password you use regularly, such as unlocking your laptop or accessing online banking, change it to an option that's meaningful but still security-minded. For example, if your mantra is, I am enough, every day, use the first letters of those words and pair them with numbers and symbols. Repetition is a powerful trigger for your brain. If you think of that phrase numerous times a day when using your password, it's easy to have it soak in as an affirmation. 19. Take a few minutes to practice diaphragm breathing. Calm and measured breathing can have immediate effects on your mental and physical state, whether the tension comes from the relentless news cycle or your ever-present housemates. Do your breathing practice regularly to start or finish your day in a positive way, or try it in a moment when you need a little more zen. Need guidance? Certain meditation apps, such as Calm, have free web-based resources that will help you along. 20. Try alternate nostril breathing. Deep breathing is very useful for slowing down the nervous system. If anxious thoughts keep pinging around, try this alternative strategy. First, exhale completely, then inhale deeply. On your next exhale, gently place an index finger against your right nostril to close it off. Inhale using just your left nostril. Then move your index finger to the left nostril to close that one off and exhale through only the open right nostril. Continue alternating sides and repeat for 15 rounds. 21. Give yourself a meditation break. You don't need any special equipment or space for this one. You can do it anytime, anywhere. Simply put, meditation is thinking deeply or focusing your mind for a set period of time. The benefit: meditation can help reduce stress, ease symptoms of depression and anxiety, and regulate negative thinking. If you're looking for another tool to add to your arsenal to combat stress, consider it. Just as with deep breathing, you'll be happy to know there's no shortage of meditation apps available. 22. Try chilling out with music. Turn off the TV with the talking head in favor of some mood-boosting tunes. Music therapy employs music to help people cope with physical or emotional needs. And it's actually been found to lessen symptoms in people with mood problems, such as anxiety and depression, as well as lift self-esteem. And you probably don't need a clinical study to tell you that blasting your favorite jam will put a smile on your face. 23. Relax with an audiobook. Audiobooks can transport you somewhere else just like paper books can, and they may have additional benefits, too. Carmichael suggests turning on an audiobook, then laying down and closing your eyes to listen. If you have racing thoughts, sometimes your inner monologue needs something else to latch onto for a while. You may even find it easier to focus on the story because you don't have to keep your eyes open. 24. Practice mindful listening. Mindful listening is another way to soak in the present moment and let go of lingering worry and stress. Take a few seconds and sit back, really listening to all the sounds around you, even if that's just the hum of an overhead fan or the panting of the dog at your feet. Try to integrate this into your day as tiny, 10-second breaks. The more you do it, the more habitual it will become. 25. Take a vacation day. Nowhere to go? No problem. Even if you're staying at home and catching up on Netflix, schedule a me day where you take one of your allotted vacation days from work, book a babysitter if you're the caregiver at home, if you can, or pledge as a family to take one weekend day off, with no appointments, nowhere to be, and no agenda. It can be even harder to take off when you're working from home, but planned time off can help you come back more energized, positive, motivated, and less stressed, according to a report from the American Psychological Association in June 2018. 26. Stand up and stretch. Although embarking on a full-on workout is helpful for taking care of yourself, sometimes all you need is just to change your body position for about 15 to 30 seconds to give yourself a restart. When you make a conscious and physical shift, like standing up and stretching, your mind recognizes the change and responds in a beneficial way. Consider it a mini break for mind and body alike. Try standing up and stretching your arms high overhead, bending over to touch your toes, or sitting on the floor in a cross-legged position for a hip-opening stretch. 27. Call a friend or family member. Social connection can do wonders for your mental well-being. There's ample research connecting social interactions with mental and physical well-being and even longer life. A study published in September 2017 in the journal American Psychologist noted that high-quality, close relationships and feelings of social connection are so much associated with a range of benefits that they should be considered a public health priority. Make it a priority for yourself, and perhaps even create a schedule for catching up regularly. 28. Make time for a massage. Just 10 minutes of shoulder massage may be enough to increase relaxation, decrease stress, and improve heart rate variability, suggests a study published in September 2020 in the journal Scientific Reports. Heart rate variability, HRV, is the measure of the variation in time between heartbeats, according to Harvard Health Publishing. Better HRV signals that your nervous system is in a calming rest and digest mode, rather than a stressed out fight or flight mode. 29. Use social media mindfully. Social media and other virtual tools allow you to connect with friends and family even when you're apart. But they can also have unintended consequences if and when using them becomes excessive or too consuming. How can you make sure you're using them wisely? The more personal your social media interactions, the better. Experts say, think direct messaging people rather than mindless scrolling. Use it intentionally. Be selective about who you follow and what tools you're using. And take time to disconnect. If you're feeling isolated, make a point to call a friend or family member once in a while, rather than shoot out another text or Facebook comment. 30. Avoid non-stop news consumption. It's important to stay informed and alert to critical updates in your area, especially those that affect your health. But no one needs to listen to the same alerts and see the same headlines repeatedly, especially during times when the news can be upsetting. Experts recommend limiting news consumption to 2 or 3 sources a day to help cope with the anxiety it may bring, and checking in at regular times, not continuously, throughout the day for updates. Consider making one of your sources a local news source. And if you can, avoid checking the headlines just before bed. 31. Take a 15-minute micro break. If you find your motivation dips in the middle of the day, take a break and lay down. Be sure to set an alarm if you feel like you might doze off. These mini rest periods, or micro breaks, can help lessen fatigue and re-energize you to stay on target for the rest of the day at work. 32. Have a weekly planning meeting with yourself. Schedule a one-on-one with yourself at the beginning of the week, or the end of the week, looking at the following one. Check your schedule and decide if there are areas where you can be proactive now that will allow you to care for yourself in moments when you otherwise might be too crazed to do so. For instance, maybe you don't have time to eat lunch on Tuesday. Throw healthy, nourishing snacks, like a protein bar or nuts, in your bag ahead of time. 33. Reap the health benefits of laughter by watching funny YouTube videos. When it comes to stress relief, laughter may seem like a whimsical fix, but it really works. Short-term, you're enhancing your intake of oxygen-rich air, which helps your heart, lungs, and muscles. Plus, you're releasing feel-good hormones like endorphins, which can ease tension and add to an overall sense of well-being. Research has even linked humor and laughter to improved immune function since they can produce antibodies and activate the body's protective T cells. 34. Practice a positive affirmation. Spending some quiet time with yourself might be all you need. For example, pat your heart and say, "It's okay. I am enough. I have enough." This is a nice mantra to use when you notice you're not feeling okay. 35. Try creative writing. Creative writing offers unique benefits. It can foster self-expression, build confidence, clarify thoughts, and bolster empathy and communication skills. Research published in 2005 in the journal Advances in Psychiatric Treatment linked this type of writing to improved emotional and mental health. You don't have to be a pro to give it a try. Get out a notebook or open up a Word document and channel your inner Shakespeare, Dickens, or Beyoncé. You can even make it a social endeavor by joining an online writing class. 36. Recall the stress success. Remember, mindset really is everything. Dwelling on stress or dreading how long you might have to put up with it can actually make the stress worse. You've handled tough situations before, and recalling them can help lower your stress levels and also make you feel more resilient and upbeat overall. We suggest writing down a list of wins that have arisen from stressful situations you've conquered, from acing a huge presentation to making a big move to overcoming an injury, as a quick reminder that you have the skills you need. 37. Figure out what works best for you when it comes to hacking stress. Everyone deals with stress in different ways, and the stress buster that works for you may not work for your best friend. Understand your stress personality and some of the best ways to cope with the challenges you face. 38. Get your finances in order for more peace of mind. Financial wellness isn't just about how much you have socked away in savings or retirement. It's about how secure you feel when it comes to your finances. That involves the perception that you have enough money to do what you want, so you don't have to worry about falling short. According to a survey by PwC, financial matters are the top source of stress for many people, so stressful, in fact, that it was worse than all other stressors combined. Getting control can help. Start with a free personal finance app that can boost your budget skills. 39. Train your brain to be more resilient. Being resilient means navigating life's ups and downs with strength and conviction. Take the Everyday Health Resilience Assessment to learn what skills you can work on to become more resilient. 40. Learn from the best. Pick up these resilience-boosting books. You learn by example, and the examples in these books about resilience are some of the most inspiring ones out there. The list includes some straightforward self-help options, like freedom from anxious thoughts and feelings, and memoir-style stories like Unbroken, the story of World War II prisoner of war Louis Zamperini. Pick one that resonates with you and put your extra downtime to productive use.